Nacha Mendez is here to talk about the recipients of this year's Nacha Mendez Music Scholarship Awards. Good morning, Nacha.
Good morning, honey.
How are you?
I'm good, good.
Well, this is exciting. For people who don't know, give us a little bit of the background of how this even started.
Well, okay, let's go back to 2018 when... Yeah, let's go back in time. In 2018, I received the New Mexico Lifetime Achievement Award through the New Mexico Music Commission Foundation. And then my brother took me out to lunch and he said, you know, this is a really big deal for you. Now you've got to do something with that award. Why don't you start a scholarship? And that's how it started. He planted the seed and then he passed away soon after that. And then I sat on it, I sat on that idea. And it was really during COVID that I thought about it a lot. Northern New Mexico, we have Janelle Romero from Pecos. We have Hadley LeMay from Los Alamos. We have, well, of course, ISHI Sato here, who's here with us today, from Santa Fe. Elena Roybal from Los Alamos. And Narai Armour from Bernalillo. And Willow Schwartz from Santa Fe. I know I'm forgetting some people. Mary, I do.
Oh, I would have to reach back into my brain as well.
Fernanda Reese,
yes.
Fernanda Reese from Santa Fe. And all these girls range in the age group between, 10 to 15. And they're all will get a scholarship. So.
And how is this determined?
The committee. I'll let Mary take over here.
Sure. Well, so we started with a committee of artists and me to put structure on this, and the goal was to award scholarships to 2 girls in 2 different age groups, 8 to 11 and 11 to 15. But as it's evolved, we have awarded a sort of top award to 1 girl in each age group, but we were so impressed and so moved by all the applications we received that we want to assist all of the girls. So that then evolved into a sort of honorable mention system with our first round of scholarships as well, because everybody presented with a range of talent and inspiration, and the need is also very much evident, and we can't help but want to support everybody's musical pursuits.
I love that it evolved into that when you thought there's just so much talent, we've got to give something to all the girls in music.
My parents struggled, and I tell this story about how, they were sort of like, their income was fixed. They had to kind of budget every month, and they would say, okay, my brother, Frank, you'll get braces and you're going to get guitar lessons. So that's how they did. It's like, we can afford this and we can afford this, but we've saved up for it. So that's how they were, big savers. So, it does help. It does help. And I have had the good fortune through the years to be supported by people who have helped me along the way. So I want to share that with people and give back to the community somehow.
I love that. Well, you've brought one of the recipients in this morning.
Yes!
ISHI Soto, who, full disclosure, I know your mother. She brought you here, Madi Soto, and the way I know your mother is way before you came into this world, many, many, many moons ago. She was on a show I had, and I know her as a singer, a very, very talented singer, so I guess you must have inherited something there.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. You're just turned 16, is that right?
Yeah, I just turned 16 on the 30th.
And tell us a little bit about your musical interest. Or do you play an instrument? Do you sing? What do you do?
Yeah, well, I grew up in a very musical family, as you know, from my mom, Madi Sato, and was just raised and immersed within a lot of creativity and music all around me. And so that was always like a really, really big part of my life, and has manifested into a lot of organizational work that I do with a lot of mainly Indigenous guided organizations for climate justice, Indigenous justice, most specifically, I've been working with MMIW, which is Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women. So like bringing my creativity and sound into all of that. So that's what I've committed the past 3 years to.
Since you were 13?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you did some kind of job, Madi. That is quite impressive, Ishi.
Thank you.
Do you write music? Do you write songs?
I do, yeah. I have written I have recorded 2 songs of my own professionally, and I have also recorded an original song for a project with Clara Natanaba called Spirit Line for Indigenous women, missing and murdered Indigenous women, and recorded that for their album. So.
Wow. Well, you brought a track in that we're going to listen to. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yay. It's called What the Earth Needs, and I was inspired one day to just sit down and kind of pour my heart out on how I feel about what's going on currently with the climate and how it's our responsibility to, as humans to this earth, to give back, and as stewards of this earth, to take care of our mother. And this song has really, really guided me through all of the music that I have done. So.
We're going to take a listen to it. This is ISHI Soto. Please talk to me before I cry. Aww. Yeah. She has a good to do. Oh, cool. So we can mention. Yeah. When you come out of it, will you mention that for me? Okay.
And there are things going on.
Or do you want to talk about it? I can say, are you performing anywhere? Do you want to talk about it?
With Warehouse 21.
Oh, okay.
We are trees and animals, and we are earth beings. We are listening. The place we
Just call Earth Song. Is that
Well, it's actually what the earth needs. Yeah.
all for money. 'Cause money don't grow on trees. We gotta listen to what the earth needs. 'Cause money don't grow on trees. We gotta listen to what the earth needs.
91 Radio Free Santa Fe. That's ISHI Soto with her song called What the Earth Needs. Wow, you just blew me away. That is amazing. So you sing and play guitar on that, is that right?
I do. Thank you so much.
Well, yeah, and you recorded that at Warehouse 21.
I did, yeah, about a year ago.
And you play guitar, and who's playing bass on that?
Kyle Luke.
Kyle Luke from
Kyle
Warehouse.
Luke from Warehouse.
So are you going to be performing anywhere?
I am. I have a few concerts coming up, and today at 7:30 I will be performing downtown in honor of all of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and relatives. And this will be going on from around 3 to 7:30 downtown at the plaza with Tewa Women United and Three Sisters Collective.
Excellent. Well, you've got a bright future ahead of you. You must be a very proud mommy, Madi. I know you must be. Wow, well, that was incredible. One of the 7 recipients of this year's Nacha Mendez Music Scholarship Awards.
Yes, like Mary had mentioned earlier, we had 2 categories of the older girls and younger girls, and then we had categories of first and second place and honorable mentions. Yeah.
Well, you know, just from the idea that your brother Frank had, and now look what's happened.
I know.
It's amazing,
I
isn't
know. I sometimes, it's just kind of an automatic thing where you want to pick up the phone and you want to talk to your brother or your sister or your family member, and it's like it's just, I still feel it's just weird not to be able to do that and say, hey Frank, I'm doing it, you know?
it? Who knows?
Yeah.
Don't you worry. Nacha Mendez, thank you so much. And if people want to find out more about this scholarship award, when do you start taking submissions for next year?
We are taking them in the fall. Again, we're going to start to put the call out, and we're going to just really try to expand it and open it up statewide. My plan is to get in my car and travel this year and next year and just go to all the public schools, meet with all the music educators, and just say, look, this is what we have. We have a scholarship. And that's my plan is, and also to do more fundraisers. I just want to thank the community, all the people who supported us initially and are still supporting us, who came out last July to celebrate with us the launching of the scholarship. And because of them, we're able to now do this, you know, and be able to support young women and help them.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, you're really walking the talk about the talk and the walk.
I'm walking.
But you are giving back, and that's just amazing.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. What's your website so people can find out more?
It's nachamendez.com. And it's the first page that comes up. I keep adding things. I just recently added all the recipients. So there you will see all the recipients who won the award, and it's beautiful what they all shared with us, what they say, how they would use the funds, and it's just beautiful. I cried every time I read those letters that came in when they first applied. I was like, oh my God, yes.
Well, you're making a difference. And ISHI, if people want to follow your music, do you have a Facebook page or any way people can find out what you're up to?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page under
ISHI. It's
It's
ISHI.
ISHI.
Excellent.
And Mary has a webpage.
And if people want to stalk you, Mary,
Sure. Well, it's kind of dated at this point, but I have a Madigan Arts webpage, and people could learn about my background and the kind of contemporary music I've been involved with.
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You got some brains behind it all. It's always great to see you, and thank you for
honey.
everything. ISHI, best of luck. I don't even have to tell you that, girl. You got this one. Madi, great to see you.
So great to see you.
Just a moment.
Listen to what the earth needs, 'cause money don't grow on trees. We gotta listen to what the earth needs.